think about it, Hollywood is kind of like an office building or high school. Everyone knows someone with whom you're either friends or acquaintances. Somebody knows someone who has the details on another person's drama. And dating can be just a little bit thorny. For all the stars in the proverbial celestial sky of Hollywood, there have been several celebs who've dated or married the same person, and subsequently shared that ex in common. Like Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston, who both dated Brad Pitt, and Justin Theroux, who both dated Jennifer Aniston. Now, this isn't a new phenomenon by any means. If you just look back at the classic period in Hollywood, so many famous faces were either married or linked to each other for a time. After all, it usually drummed up some good publicity for the latest picture at your local Nickelodeon. These days, Hollywood romances are fodder for our amusement, and we're always fascinated to be reminded that this person was married to that star before these two even divorced. You get the picture. Some of our favorite stories of stars who dated the same person are those in which a beautiful friendship bloomed out of their shared connection, like Dakota Johnson and Gwyneth Paltrow bonding once Johnson began dating Paltrow's ex Chris Martin, or the loving bromance between Lisa Bonet's ex Lenny Kravitz and current partner Jason Momoa. And don't even get us started on our musings about what the relationship between Jennifer Garner and Jennifer Lopez must be like. Read on for all the stars who have dated the same celeb below. A version of this article was originally published on December 2021. On March 22nd, Grimes unveiled her new relationship with DJ Enema with a series of photos on Instagram, and DJ Enema was previously married to Victoria Soretti. Taylor Swift FKA Twigs. Did you know Taylor Swift and FKA Twigs both dated 1975 frontman Matt Healy? While Swift had a brief fling with him from April to June 2023, Healy and Twigs dated for some time. Specifically from 2020 to 2022. Demi Moore, January Jones. Both Demi Moore and January Jones have dated Ashton Kutcher. Jones and Kutcher dated for around 3 years, from 1998 to 2001. While Moore and Kutcher were together from 2003 to 2013. They married in 2005, but broke up in 2011 and finalized their divorce 2 years later. Sophie Turner, Taylor Swift. Both Sophie Turner and Taylor Swift dated Joe Jonas, with Turner marrying him in 2019. Swift dated Jonas back in the summer of 2008 and revealed he broke up with her in a 25-second phone call. Turner and Jonas started dating in the late 2010s. Married in 2019, and later welcomed 2 children before divorcing in September 2023. Gigi Hadid, Perry Edwards. What else do Gigi Hadid and Perry Edwards have in common besides being beautiful mamas? Well, they were both linked to former One Direction member Zayn Malik. Back in 2011, it was revealed that Malik and the Little Mix member were dating. They even got engaged in August 2013. But broke it off in 2015 after Malik allegedly broke up with Edwards over a text message for Cosmo. The same year Edwards and Malik split, he and Hadid started dating. The two were on and off since November 2015. Later welcoming a daughter named Kai in September 2020. They officially called it quits in 2021 after an incident with Hadid's mother Yolanda, but the two continue to co-parent. Angelina Jolie, Madonna. In case you didn't know, both Angelina Jolie and Madonna dated model Jenny Shimizu in the 1990s. Shimizu and Madonna dated from 1993 to 1994, but no one really knew about it until Shimizu opened up about the relationship in 2007. However, throughout the 1990s, specifically from 1994 to 2000, Shimizu and Jolie only had eyes for each other. In a now archived 1997 interview with Girlfriends, Jolie said, "I probably would have married Jenny Shimizu if I hadn't married my husband. I fell in love with her the first second I saw her." Pete Davidson, Eric Andre. This may come as a shock for those who are not in the entertainment news cycle, but both comedians Pete Davidson and Eric Andre have dated supermodel Emily Ratajkowski. After her divorce from Sebastian Bear-McLeod, Ratajkowski has been seen out with a few A-list men throughout the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023, like Davidson and Andre. Olivia Wilde. Taylor Swift. Before Harry Styles dated Olivia Wilde, one of his most high-profile relationships was with Taylor Swift. The two were together for about a year, from 2012 to 2013. And people still reference this romance all the time. Fast forward to late 2020, and Styles was all about his lady love and former co-star Wilde until they parted ways in November 2022. Jenny Slate. Minka Kelly. For those who don't know, Jenny Slate and Minka Kelly have an ex in common, specifically a Marvel star ex. Any guesses? It's Chris Evans. Kelly and Evans had an on-again off-again relationship spanning a few years. The two first sparked dating rumors in 2007, later publicly dating from 2012 to 2013, and later seen hanging out again in 2015, per page 6. As for Slate, she and Evans they dated for a little less than a year in 2016, and later got back together from 2017 to 2018. Lindsay Lohan. Sarah Paxton. At one point, both Lindsay Lohan and Sarah Paxton were in serious relationships with younger star Nico Tortorella. Paxton and Tortorella were dating for nearly 3 years, from 2009 to 2012, before quietly calling it quits. Then a year later, Tortorella started dating Lohan. Not only did the pair date for several years, but from 2013 to 2015, the two were actually engaged. Vanessa Hudgens. Lily Rose Depp. Now, many people know that Oscar-nominated actor Austin Butler and Vanessa Hudgens were an item for many years before he got together with Kaia Gerber. But between Hudgens and Gerber, did you know he was seeing Lily Rose Depp? The two were seen packing on the PDA back in 2021, per page 6. Joey King. Kaia Gerber. Even Euphoria stars can have complicated dating lives. Both Joey King and Kaia Gerber were linked to the same Euphoria gent at one point, Jacob Elordi. Elordi and King first met while co-starring in the movie The Kissing Booth, and ended up dating from 2017 to 2018 soon after meeting. A few years later, in 2021, Elordi and Gerber were linked for a year. Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande. Kate Beckinsale. At one point in time, Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande and Kate Beckinsale all dated Saturday Night Live alum Pete Davidson. Back in May of 2018, Davidson made headlines when he went public with his relationship with the God is a Woman singer. The two, who were open about their love for each other in interviews and social media, eventually got engaged after less than a year together. In October, the two called it quits. Not long after, in January of 2019, Davidson was spotted locking lips with Beckinsale. Despite their 20-year age difference, the two appeared to be going strong until they broke up after a few months in April. Lastly, Davidson and Kardashian dated for a total of 9 months starting in October of 2021. After an on-screen kiss between them for SNL, the two sparked an unlikely connection and started Kardashian's first relationship since her divorce from ex-Kanye West in August of 2022. However, after many tattoos, the couple announced their split. Scarlett Johansson. Blake Lively. So if you're on social media, you probably knew about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and their hilarious comebacks. But did you know Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson before that? Johansson and Reynolds met back in 2007. They got engaged a year later and tied the knot on Vancouver Island 4 months later. However, they divorced less than 3 years later. Lively and Reynolds met back in 2011 while filming Green Lantern and hit it off immediately. They married less than a year later in 2012 in a plantation in South Carolina. They've been together ever since and have 3 daughters together named James, 7, Ines, 5, and Betty, 2. Miranda Lambert. Gwen Stefani. Mr. Blake Shelton certainly has a thing for blondes. He and country music star Miranda Lambert hooked up back in 2005, soon after meeting, went on to get engaged in 2010 and married a year later. The couple divorced in 2015, and almost immediately after, Shelton started dating his Voice co-star Gwen Stefani. After 5 years of dating, they got engaged in 2020 and married in July 2021. Selena Gomez, Hailey Baldwin. Rumors first swirled about Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber in 2011. And they became the most shipped on-off couple on the music scene for years. They became official in March 2011 but split for the first time in November 2012. They then got back together in 2014 for a short amount of time, with Gomez soon releasing her single, "The Heart Wants What It Wants." They were rumored to be together throughout 2016 and 2017, but 2018 was the final nail in the coffin for people. Elena was no more. Bieber and Hailey Baldwin. Now Hailey Bieber first met when she was 12 or 13 at a fan event back in 2009. Fast forward to 2016, and they briefly dated before splitting. But in 2018, they shocked the world by announcing their engagement, tying the knot in 2019. Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie. It's hard to forget one of the biggest Hollywood scandals and love triangles of the century, Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, and Angelina Jolie. During Pitt's marriage to Aniston, he met Jolie on the set of Mr. Mrs. Smith, where they quickly fell in love, and Aniston filed for divorce in 2005. Pitt and Jolie dated for years before getting engaged in 2012, then marrying in 2014 in France. They filed for divorce 2 years later, but it wasn't finalized until 2019, and they continued to co-parent 6 children together. Jennifer Garner, Jennifer Lopez. It seems that Ben Affleck really likes the name Jennifer. Jennifer Garner and Affleck were friends and co-stars for a few years while working on the sets of Pearl Harbor and Daredevil. They started dating in 2004 and were married a year later. They have 3 children together named Violet and 16, Serafina Rose, 12, and Samuel, 9. Despite looking so happy in the spotlight, they separated in 2015, then divorced in 2018. Both before and after dating Garner, Affleck dated Jennifer Lopez. From 2002 to 2004, they got engaged, first meeting on the set of Geely. And in a shocking twist, they reconciled in 2021, 20 years after first meeting back in 2001. Ashton Kutcher, Bruce Willis. Demi Moore doesn't really have a type, so it seems. Moore and Bruce Willis met at the 1987 premiere of the movie Stakeout, and they eloped 2 months later in Las Vegas. They share 3 daughters together, Rumor, 33, Scout LaRue, 30, and Tallulah, 27. After over a decade together, the couple split in 1998, and the divorce was finalized in 2000. 3 years later in 2003, Moore met Ashton Kutcher during a casual dinner with mutual friends. The couple got married 2 years later in a lavish ceremony. In 2013, they finalized their divorce but continued to work together with their company Thorn, which protects children from online traffickers. Justin Theroux, Brad Pitt. So Jennifer Aniston likes her men tall, dark, and handsome, and she's great at finding them. Brad Pitt and Aniston met back in 1994 and tied the knot in 2000. Then they sadly divorced in 2005, but Aniston had a new fairy tale start all over again in 2011. Aniston and Justin Theroux first met on the set of Tropic Thunder in 2007 and met again on the 2011 film Wanderlust. Soon after, their whirlwind romance started. They got engaged in 2012 and tied the knot in 2015 at their Bel Air estate. However, they separated around 2 years later. Jake Gyllenhaal, John Mayer. Both Jake Gyllenhaal and John Mayer dated Taylor Swift for around 3 months back in the early 2010s. Swift's most public relationship was arguably with Gyllenhaal, since they were photographed so much throughout 2010 to 2011, and since Swift recorded the details of their breakup over their age difference in her record-breaking song, All Too Well. Mayer and Swift also had a short-lived relationship that ended because of their age difference, and led to some pointed songwriting from both parties. It's long been believed that Mayer's Paper Dolls and Swift's Dear John are about each other, but neither has publicly confirmed that. Winona Ryder-Kate Moss. Winona Ryder and Johnny Depp were the alt couple of the decade. They met at the Great Balls of Fire premiere in June 1989, when Ryder was still under 18, and dated soon after. They got engaged in 1990, and he got a tattoo for her that read, "Winona Forever." Ryder and Depp went on to part ways in 1994 because of the pressure from the media. Depp also dated supermodel Kate Moss. Soon after meeting at New York's Café Tabac in 1994. They dated for a few years until splitting in 1997, due to him being so volatile behind the scenes. He'd trash hotel rooms and get arrested. But their breakup left Moss heartbroken. In an interview with Vanity Fair in 2012, Moss shared she cried for years after their breakup. Lenny Kravitz, Jason Momoa. True bisexual panic is not knowing who to fawn over more, Lenny Kravitz. Jason Momoa, or their mutual ex-partner Lisa Bonet. On Bonet's 20th birthday, she and Kravitz eloped in Las Vegas, soon after meeting at a New Edition concert in the mid-1980s. They gave birth to a daughter that we all know, Zoe Kravitz, before divorcing in 1993. 12 years later in 2005, after meeting at a jazz club, Bonet and Momoa hit it off immediately. They shared kids Lola and Nicole, and tied the knot in 2017. Matthew McConaughey, Ryan Gosling. It seems as though Sandra Bullock has great luck on thriller movie sets, where she met two of her exes, Matthew McConaughey and Ryan Gosling. Back in 1996, Bullock and Matthew McConaughey met on the set of A Time to Kill. Soon after, they hit it off but kept their relationship super private, breaking up in 1998. Bullock then met Ryan Gosling on the set of the 2002 psychological thriller Murder by Numbers. Despite their 16-year age difference, they kept a pretty low-key relationship until their split in 2003. Tyra Banks, Heidi Klum. When supermodel Tyra Banks was 22 and Seal was 32. The couple dated for 9 months in 1996. They were pretty under the radar, making only one appearance at the Essence Awards. 8 years later, Seal got engaged to another supermodel, Heidi Klum. And on a freaking glacier, no less talk about unique. They married less than 6 months later in Mexico and have 4 children together, Henry, Johan, Lou Salola, and Lenny Klum, whom Seal officially adopted during his marriage to Heidi. Her birth father is Flavio Briatore.